What is up? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the two trades I took today on Monday the 13th of November on Nasdaq and on ES. So first of all, this was the Nasdaq trade and this was the ES trade. So let's start off with the Nasdaq trade, and I'm just going to explain why I took this trade today. So as you can see on the daily time frame, we are extremely bullish because we have inversed this fair value gap right here on Friday the 15th of September. So because we have inversed this fair value gap, I think that price action is going to come for these buy side liquidities up here. Mainly this first one, I think price will definitely come and reach this buy side liquidity, but then I also want this buy side up here. So what I was thinking going into this day is I wanted a run on sell side liquidity, so then I could enter into a long position and take profits. But I'm taking into consideration that today is also I don't know why my face is so bright. Today is also a Monday with no news, so price action could get a bit sloppy. So normally when it is a Monday with no news, I stop trading at 11 AM. So that is what I done today. So let's jump into the lower time frame. Let's go into the 1 hour, and let's go back to 9 AM. So 9 AM today, Monday the 13th. 9 AM would be right here. So then let's just, as you can see on the 1 hour time frame, we have this bearish, well, this structure here. We are extremely high in premium, and this is sell side liquidity. So this is what I wanted price to raid before I took any longs, just because we are so high. And then this is buy side liquidity up here. Buy side liquidity. This is your internal buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity. So going in today, this is pre-market open. I wanted a run on the sell side liquidity, and then I wanted to be able to find a setup and long to the buy side liquidity. So if we jump down to a 5-minute time frame, and this is the time frame that I normally trade on, as you can see, we have these bearish fair value gaps, but I would not be taking any shorts, although I do want price action to come and take the sell side liquidity down here. I will not be taking any short setups, just because on the higher time frame we are extremely bullish. So if you play the price action out, here is market open, and market open instantly comes down. We get our raid on a sell side liquidity. So now what I would do from here, I would just jump down on a 1-minute time frame. I would actually mark out the other sell side liquidity, which was right here, which also got swapped. So right now, all I'm thinking is we are clear to go long if we get any setups. So if we were to get any long setups that I was confident on, then I would take. So I would jump down to the 1 minute, and I just waited and waited and waited, and then as you can see, we get this one more move down, and we actually create a fair value gap here. So if you don't know, the main model that I trade is a inversion fair value gap model. So what I look for is a raid on liquidity. Then if the higher time frame narrative is targeting the opposing liquidity to what is just swept, then I'll look for a bearish fair value gap to be inversed, or a bullish fair value gap to be inversed, and I will enter off of that. So as you can see, we have this bearish fair value gap, and if this gets inversed, I would take a long to this buy side liquidity. This would be my take profit one, and then ultimately this would be what I was targeting on NQ, because we are in a Monday with no news. So what that means is if we have a Monday and we don't have any news, any red folder news, then price action has a high chance of being quite sloppy. So I just like to take profits quite quickly on days like this. So if we play out the price action, as you can see, we get this big move up, then we get this bullish this bullish candle which has lots of displacement. So I entered into the position around here. I got filled around here. So my first take profit was right here. My stop loss would be if we get a close below this inversion fair value gap. So that would be my stop. And then my main take profit would be this buy side liquidity. So now that I'm in the position, I don't touch the position again unless it hits my stop loss or hits my take profit. As you can see, price comes down a bit, comes into these fair value gaps, which is actually the silver bullet lung, and then we come up and take our first take profit. And then if I play at the price action, it just keeps going up and up and up, and we eventually take out my second take profit. So that was the trade that I took on NQ, which was very clean. I took half most of my position at this buy side, internal buy side liquidity down here. And then if we look at ES, I actually took a 5-minute inversion fair value gap, which I will just quickly explain to you guys. So as you can see, we had the same move down on ES, taking sell side liquidity right here, but we did not take the sell side liquidity down here. So that's why I didn't enter into the ES position sooner. I waited for extra confirmation. So then I was using this 5-minute fair value gap. I didn't want to enter anything after 1 minute on ES just because we hadn't taken this liquidity down here, which didn't necessarily matter because it created a SMT with NQ, which was just more of a region to be bullish. So with this 5-minute inversion, I waited for a close above. So I entered right here. My stop loss actually for this one wasn't a close below, just because there is a order block here. So normally my stop loss for inversion fair value gaps would just be a close below the inversion fair value gap. But just because we were respecting this bullish order block so nicely to the tick, I didn't stop out my trade here. I just wanted to see how price reacted, and as you can see, price perfectly reacted to this bullish order block. I targeted this buy side liquidity on, no I didn't actually, that is the high time frame buy side liquidity. On ES I just targeted this buy side liquidity. I took off pretty much all my position here. So yeah, I entered into the position around here. I got a nice around, I think I got filled around 5 handles. My stop loss would have been if we raided this order block, so my stop loss would have been a close around here. And yeah, that was the trade that I took on ES, and I'm just going to explain what I think is going to happen tomorrow. So on NQ tomorrow, I'm still expecting just more buy side. I want price action to reach these buy side liquidities. We might get a down move to sweep these lows, which I think could happen, but I think it's very rare because the Tuesday low of the week is quite common. So I would not be surprised if price action came down, took this low like this, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to just climb up and take all this buy side liquidity. But ultimately, I just think that price action is going to come up and take these buy side liquidities. So yeah, I hope this video helped. It was just the trades that I took today on the Nasdaq and ES. It's a very good start to the week. I didn't actually take this trade on my funded account. I only took it on my personal. But yeah, hope this video helped.